A friend of mine, Walter, a good man, 71s, paid $150 for a bottle of pills to get his bowels moving again. $150. 2 weeks later, he rang me up rather sheepish to say it was the same old story. The same straining, the same heavy, unfinished mornings. $150, and his gut was every bit as stubborn as the day he started. Now my grandmother handled that very same trouble for about $2. 2 things she stirred into a single glass of water every morning of her long life. 2 things sitting in ordinary kitchens since long before those pills had a name. Most people buy them, eat them, and never once think of them this way. And that, I've come to believe, is a quiet little mistake. Because what these 2 can do for a tired old gut is going to surprise you. So here is my promise. Today, I've got 13 separate troubles these 2 can gently settle. And sitting right at number 1 is the exact thing those $150 pills promise, and so often fail, to fix. It all comes down to one simple glass you drink every morning. Let's get into it. But first, why does this creep up on us at all? Once you understand it, the rest makes perfect sense. As we get past 60, the gut simply slows. The muscles lining your intestines, and yes, your gut has muscles, squeezing food along in a slow, patient wave, lose a little of their old vigor. The wave weakens. Everything moves more slowly. On top of that, we drink less water than we once did, our food carries less fiber, and the little community of helpful bacteria down there grows thinner with the years. Slower muscles, less water, fewer good bacteria. That is the whole recipe for a gut that has, as Walter put it, simply stopped moving the way it used to. So what did my grandmother reach for? 2 kiwis and a spoonful of chia seeds. You slice 2 ripe kiwis. Skin off if you prefer, though the skin is perfectly good. Drop them into a tall glass, add 1 spoon of chia seeds, and fill the glass with warm water. Give it a minute or 2 so those little seeds can drink and swell into a soft gel. Then eat and drink the lot, first thing, on an empty stomach. And here is the most important thing I will say in this entire video, so please don't let it drift past you. Chia seeds must always go into a full glass of liquid and be given that minute to swell before they ever reach you. Never take them dry. On their own, dry, they soak up many times their own weight in water in seconds. And there is a real documented case of a man who swallowed a spoonful dry, chased it with water, and had them swell in his throat until he couldn't swallow at all. It took a hospital to put right. That is easily avoided. A full glass, a minute to soften, and the danger is simply gone. But if you've any difficulty swallowing or a narrowing anywhere in your food pipe, be especially careful and have a word with your doctor first, and whatever your age, start gently. 1 kiwi and half a spoon of chia for that first week. Because too much fiber too fast can leave you a touch windy while your body finds its feet. Right. Let's begin at number 13 and work our way up to the one on the cover. Number 13, and we start where most people never think to look, the lining of the gut itself. That inner wall takes a battering over a lifetime, and as we age it frays a little, growing more inflamed and less resilient. Now, kiwi is one of the richest everyday sources of vitamin C there is, ounce for ounce, more than an orange, along with a whole spread of natural antioxidants. Research suggests these help calm the low, smoldering sort of inflammation that quietly ages the gut wall from the inside. Chia adds its own small hand here too. Not a dramatic effect, and I shan't pretend it is, but think of it as the foundation the other 12 are built upon. Numbers 12, 11, and 10 belong together, so let me take them as one. The quiet things that show up on a doctor's chart rather than in how you feel. Your blood fats, your blood pressure, and your blood sugar. The chia, rich in a plant form of the healthy fats we prize in oily fish, gave modest but real reductions in cholesterol and triglycerides when researchers pooled 14 trials, not the work of a statin, but a real nudge in the right direction. Both ingredients gently lowered the top number of blood pressure by a few points. Small, but held over months, that quietly lowers the risk of stroke and heart trouble. And eaten as whole fruit, kiwi's fibers and fruit acids slow the pace at which sugar enters the blood, in one trial, roughly having that sharp after-meal spike into a gentler rise. A word of care on these last two, plainly. If you take medication for your blood pressure, your blood sugar, or you're on a blood thinner, do mention this little morning habit to your doctor. Nothing alarming, just a 2-minute word worth having. Now let me turn to the ones you'll actually notice. Number 9. The good bacteria living in your gut. And, right beside it, your defenses. That hidden garden of microbes thins out after 60, and a remarkably large share of your whole immune system lives in the wall of your gut, the border post where your body decides what to let in. Both kiwi and chia act as a prebiotic, not the bacteria themselves, but the food that feeds them. A feast for the helpful strains, the lactobacillus and bifidobacteria you'll have seen on a pot of yogurt. And unlike fibers that feed them too fast and leave you bloated, kiwi's fiber ferments slowly, all along the gut, gently. Feed the good residents and the whole neighborhood, digestion and defenses both, runs the better for it. And while we're on the subject of a morning glass, I'm curious about yours. If you already start your day with something of this kind, what do you put in it? Warm water or cold? A squeeze of lemon? A little honey? Something handed down from your own mother? Do tell me in the comments. I read everyone and always learn something. Now, that's the lighter half behind us. And this is the very point where a good many people drift away. If that's you, don't. Because the ones still to come carry the real weight. The ones the trials were built around, the ones your gut will feel by week's end. Stay with me. Number 8. Wind. That tight, blown-up feeling with no dignity to it at all, so let's be grown-ups and talk about it. As things slow, food lingers, ferments, and the gas builds. You'd think adding fiber would only make it worse, and with many fibers, it does. But here's the lovely thing about kiwi. Because its fiber ferments so slowly and evenly, the research shows it gets things moving without the bloating and windiness other fibers bring along. More movement, less gas, a rarer pairing than you'd think. Number 7. Bloating. That swollen fullness low in the belly. The waistband fine at breakfast and tight by noon. It walks hand in hand with a sluggish gut. Things back up and the pressure builds. In the Kiwi trials, when researchers measured overall gut comfort, a proper scored questionnaire, not a hopeful guess, the discomfort scores came down meaningfully in the very people most troubled by them. As the traffic below flows again, the belly softens. Number 6. That heavy, loggy feeling after a meal when food sits like a stone. Here the kiwi has a real trick up its sleeve, and it has a name, actinidin, a natural enzyme found in kiwi and almost nowhere else on your plate, whose whole job is to break proteins down. The meat, the eggs, the cheese that sit heaviest in an older stomach. Studies show it helps the stomach work more thoroughly and empty a little faster, so a heavy meal moves along instead of lingering. Rather like a small willing helper stationed in the stomach. Fewer stones, lighter afternoons. Now I want to stop just a moment and speak as fondly as I would to my own family, because a few people need extra care. If you take a blood thinner, both chia and kiwi very mildly affect how the blood behaves, so keep portions modest and mention it to your doctor. And a small handful of people are simply allergic to kiwi, often the same folk who react to latex or avocado. So if that's you, or you're unsure, try the smallest taste first. None of this is to frighten you off. It's to keep the whole thing gentle so everything else can do you nothing but good, right? The last 5. Number 5. The rhythm of the whole thing, the slowness, the sense everything inside is running a day or two behind. Here the science turns beautiful. Researchers have watched, using MRI scanners, what kiwi does inside a living gut and saw it draw more water into the intestine and colon, adding gentle bulk that keeps the system moving on time. Kiwi's fiber has an extraordinary thirst. It swells to more than 3 times its own size in water, half again as much as psyllium, the fiber in those pharmacy powders. It doesn't force anything. It simply restores the timing so your body keeps its old appointments. And if these have been worth your time, the one small thing I'll ever ask is that you tap subscribe, so the next of these finds its way to you. That's the whole of it. Now the top 4. Number 4. The texture. Hard, dry, difficult. As the gut slows and water grows scarce, the body reabsorbs moisture from the waste inside, and what should be soft turns dry and stubborn and painful to pass. This is where the chia earns its place beside the kiwi. Soak those seeds, and they turn to a soft, slippery gel that holds water like a sponge and carries it right down to where it's wanted, softening what is hard, easing what is stuck. In the trials, a daily serving of chia measurably improved how easily things passed. A dry riverbed carries nothing. Add water, and the current returns. Number 3. The straining and that maddening, unfinished feeling of never being quite done. This is the true indignity of it, the effort, the time, the sense you've been and yet somehow not been. In the head-to-head trials, when people swapped to Kiwi, the straining scores fell and that sense of complete, proper emptying improved. Easier, quicker, less of a battle. The Kiwi drawing water in and adding bulk, the Chia gel softening the way. Together, they turn a daily struggle back into the simple, unremarkable thing it was always meant to be. Number 2. And here I have to be fair with you, because fairness is the whole point of this channel. Everything so far has quietly built toward one thing, but before I name it, hear this. None of it is a cure, and none of it replaces your doctor. If ever you meet sudden, severe belly pain, or see blood, or your bowels stop entirely, that is not a moment for a remedy. That is a moment for a physician that same day. This gentle glass is for the slow, familiar heaviness of getting older, not for anything that arrives all at once. And now, number 1, the one on the cover, the one those $150 pills promised Walter and never delivered, constipation itself. Here is the study I hinted at right at the start, the heart of the whole matter. Researchers in America took people living with chronic constipation and pitted 3 natural remedies against one another, head-to-head: prunes, psyllium, the fiber in Metamucil, the pharmacy standby, and simply 2 kiwis a day. And when the results came in, the kiwi held its own against both, matching them for getting things moving. But here is the part that ought to be on a poster somewhere. The kiwi did it with the fewest side effects of the 3. The least cramping, the least bloating, the fewest people saying they couldn't stick with it. It worked as well, and it was kinder doing it. That is no small thing to say about a piece of fruit. So why does it work so well? Because, and this is the secret my grandmother never knew the name of, it isn't doing one thing, it's doing 3 at once. First, that thirsty fiber, swelling and drawing water in to add soft, gentle bulk. Second, the actinidin, helping everything upstream move along more briskly. And third, the chia's soft gel, softening the passage down below. 3 helpers from 2 ordinary ingredients, all pulling the same way at the same time. That is why it stands shoulder to shoulder with the powders and the pills, and why it does so without the gripes and cramps they drag along behind them. And the way it feels, that's the part Walter rang me back about 3 days in, sounding 10 years younger. The thing he noticed first wasn't in the bathroom at all. It was the morning. That heavy, weighed down, backed up start to the day, the one he'd simply accepted as part of getting old, was gone. He felt light, clear, as though some quiet piece of machinery, long seized up, had finally been oiled and started turning again, gently, on its own. As reliable, he said, as clockwork. $150 that gut of his cost him, and it fixed nothing. 2 kiwis and a spoon of seeds, call it $2, and it gave him his mornings back. That is the whole arithmetic of it. And that is why my grandmother knew, at her kitchen table, what the pharmacy took a lifetime to catch up to. Now, there's one more thing I want to put into your hands, because that morning glass has a partner. That same sluggish, slowed-down gut we've spent all this time coaxing back to life doesn't only leave you heavy and backed up. It quietly steals something else from us after 60, something you'd never think to lay at your gut's door. The deep, unbroken sleep and the steady energy meant to carry you through the whole afternoon. There is a single, everyday thing I'd stir into that very same glass to reach for exactly that, and the two together do far more than either manages alone. And that is precisely where I want to take you next.